Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher serves on the House Armed Services and Intelligence Committees. He also serves on the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. Congressman, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with the latest tough talk and threats from Vladimir Putin.
If attempts to carry out acts of terrorism on our territory continue, Russia's response will be harsh and its scale will correspond to that of the threat made against the Russian Federation. No one should be in any doubt about that.
How do you assess those threats?
Well, we have to take them seriously. Prior to the invasion of Ukraine, Vladimir Putin telegraphed repeatedly the fact that this was his intention, and the Biden administration, quite frankly, didn't take it seriously, or more to the point, they relied solely on the threat of sanctions or sternly worded statements coming out of Davos to deter Putin, and that strategy failed miserably. So we have to take dictators seriously when they tell us what they're going to do. He's also sitting on a stockpile of more than 2,000 tactical nuclear weapons. It's not only part of their doctrine, so-called escalate to de-escalate doctrine, that they, don't rule out the use of these tactically, but they put them on every weapon system, including mines, including artillery pieces. So we have to take it seriously, but we also have to act seriously in order to deter nuclear war. That means we need more discipline coming out of the White House. The president himself can't glibly talk about nuclear Armageddon at fundraisers. That projects inconsistency, it projects weakness, it undermines our entire effort. We also need to invest in our own domestic production capability. We're running low, dangerously low, on stockpiles for javelins, for HIMARS.
Okay.
We just don't make enough of these things right now. It's time to really go after our domestic production.
As for Putin's bloody actions, I want to play a clip for you from retired General Jack Keane.
What you're seeing before your eyes here is his attempt to defeat the Ukrainian people. He's attempting to crush their will and their support. And obviously, when he fired 84 missiles on Monday morning and 24 drone strikes, that was a huge step in that direction.
Is overwhelming force trying to crush the will of the Ukrainian people going to work?
Well, I think the Ukrainian people have showed remarkable bravery thus far. And so I think Putin right now is desperate. He's scared. He's on the run. So we shouldn't allow ourselves, i.e. America and the West, to be intimidating, because he's not just trying to collapse the will of the Ukrainians to fight. He's trying to collapse our will to help them. He's trying to get certain NATO members to back down from the promises they've made to support Ukraine, as well as rearm. We need to be in the business of investing in hard power, and we can't let dictators like Putin to intimidate us. So thanks to the bravery of the Ukrainian people, Biden has been given something you rarely get in matters of geopolitics, which is a second chance. Let us not mess that second chance up.
The United States has spent $17.5 billion in support of Ukraine since January of last year. I guess the question at this point is, what should the U.S. be doing at this point?
Well, as I alluded to before, really a lot of this comes down to improving our own ability to produce critical weapon systems, which are not only relevant for a Ukraine fight, but are critical for the defense of Taiwan. The lesson of Ukraine is you need to arm your allies and partners before the shooting begins. That gives you your best chance of actually preventing a war from happening in the first place. We're not doing that. The second thing we need to do, if we are going to provide more assistance, is to pair that with aggressive oversight. That's what the Defense Authorization Act mandates: Inspector General reports, routine audits of the assistance we provided. And then finally, in terms of domestic production, that also includes energy production, right? The weak link in our entire grand strategy right now is this insane war on domestic American energy production, which is also a gift to Vladimir Putin. So if we do those things simultaneously, I think we can actually have a much stronger strategy going forward, not just against Vladimir Putin, but also against Xi Jinping in China.
Congressman Mike Gallagher, the great state of Wisconsin, thanks so much for your time.